Hi everybody, I'm Morgan Winesapple and I'm just going to be taking you through about a 30-minute yoga stretch for beginners level to intermediate level, just to show you guys some things that you can do to stretch out. And I'll be talking about what each pose kind of is geared towards and what they're good for, and what they're helping you to become more flexible and a little bit stronger with. So let's just get started. We're going to stand at the top of our mats, okay, and we're just going to take a little flow. So we're just going to breathe in, raise our hands up, exhale, bring hands to heart center, and we're going to do that again. In, raise up, hands to heart center. This time we're going to breathe in, reach up overhead, and this time when we exhale, we're just going to fold forward. We're just going to take a couple of breaths here. The knees do not have to be all the way straight. Just kind of let your body hang. You do want to get your fingertips to the floor. So if your knees need to bend a little bit, you can go ahead and take that here. We're going to do what's called a half lift now. So inhale, put hands on the shins, back is straight. Then exhale back into our forward fold. We're going to go inhale and down into our forward fold. So you're going to bend your knees enough to get your hands planted. You're going to step back into downward facing dog. So now we're just going to take a stretch here. So the goal of this stretch is to get your chest as close to your thighs as possible and to get your heels as close to the ground as possible. So you might just need to stretch out those calves in the back of the legs a little bit to start. So you'll just bend one knee at a time. Just like this. You're just going to feel as that leg straightens out, a nice big stretch through the calves, through the back of the leg. Then we're just going to come back into our regular downward facing dog. Come into a plank pose. So hands right under your shoulders. And then we're going to take a chaturanga. So we're going to slowly lower ourselves down to the ground. Come to the tops of our feet. Push up into upward facing dog. Curl the toes back under. Go back into downward facing dog. Then we're going to take our right foot, we're going to step in between our hands. Take our left foot, same thing. So now we're in our forward fold again. And then we're going to take an inhale, and we're going to come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we're going to do that flow a little quicker now. We're going to do it a few times just to try to warm up these big, large muscle groups, okay? So we're going to take an inhale in. Exhale, hands to heart. On this inhale, we're going to fold forward. So inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees. Step back in the downward facing dog. Come forward into our plank and take your chaturanga. So slowly lowering it, uncurl the toes, and up into upward facing dog. So we're pressing our feet into the mat, pressing our upper half off, curl the toes under, back into downward facing dog. Step one foot and the other foot back between our hands, back into our forward fold. Reverse swan dive back into an inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do that one more time. So inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Putting our hands down on the mat, stepping back into our downward facing dog, getting our heels as close as we can to the mat. And then we're going to come into our plank, take our chaturanga, upward facing dog, curl the toes under, back into downward facing dog, step forward, into our forward fold, and up. Feel a little bit more warmed up now, so we're going to go into our balance poses, okay? So just stepping to the front of our mat again, you're going to step back, and now that back foot is going to be at a 45-degree angle, and our front knee is going to be bent. So you want to take a look at that front knee. You do not want that to be over the toes at all. You want it to be right underneath, that ankle's right underneath that knee. Then you're going to take your hands out. So we're in warrior one now. So you're reaching away, trying to keep your shoulders down away from your ears. And we're just balancing here. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to reverse it. So we're going to take that palm and flip it up as we go back. So our front knee stays bent. This back hand is just resting wherever is comfortable. If you can move that down to your calf, or if you need to leave that on your thigh, either is fine. And remember to breathe. So you should feel a nice elongation stretch going through your side on this one. We'll come out of that. You're going to reach that front arm forward and go into our triangle. So now the front knee does straighten. Again, this bottom hand, it can be on your shin. It can be a little higher, wherever is comfortable for you, or you can go all the way down to the ground. Then with that other hand, you're going to want to reach up towards the ceiling. So you're really getting that nice stretch. Breathe in balance. And we're going to come out of that. Again, stretching into our warrior one. Then we're going to cartwheel our arms down to the ground. Going to turn that back foot so that it's facing the front. We're going to drop down to that knee. Flatten the foot. Then we're going to come up. So we just want to hold here, okay? And it's more about not so much lunging forward as it is trying to keep our pelvis right underneath of us. So you're going to start to feel that stretch down through your thigh and into your quad muscle without ever having to really lunge forward, just by trying to keep our tummy tucked and those hips right underneath of us. So we just want to breathe here and kind of let those hips stretch out. They get really tight after we've been sitting all day, so this just gives them a break from that position. We'll come back down. We'll put our other leg down. Now we'll switch. So my right foot is going to come up in between my hands. The left foot is going to be flat behind me. And now I'm coming up. So again, not lunging forward a lot. I'm really just trying to tilt my hips backward and keep my hips right underneath of me. Not arching my low back. So if you can maintain that position and you want to lunge forward a little bit just to get a little bit more stretch through that thigh, then you can. If this is too challenging with your arms up here for balance, feel free to move them down here or put them on top of that top knee. So we'll place those hands back down. Bring that leg back out behind you. This just gives us a good opportunity to go into our cat-cow stretch, which is a stretch for our mid and low back. So first what we're going to do is cat. So you're going to tuck your tailbone underneath of you and round your whole spine up towards the ceiling. On your next inhale, you're going to change positions and go into cow. So now you're going to let your chest sink towards the floor, letting everything round the opposite way. Inhale, switch. So we're going to tuck your tailbone under you, round everything up, and switch. So I'm just going to let you go back and forth with your breath. So you should take one breath in each position. Just really letting that back stretch out. You can come back into a neutral position now. We're just going to take those knees a little wider. We're going to go into our child's pose now. So we're going to walk those hands out in front of us, and we're just going to dive down. So the goal here is to be back towards the heels, and then just letting our head rest onto the mat. May feel some shoulder stretch, thigh stretch, low back. All of those areas can get stretched during this pose. Another variation you can put on this, especially if your mid-back is feeling a little tighter or your shoulders are feeling most of the stretch here, you can take, I'm going to take my left arm, I'm going to reach it through to my right side, and then I'm going to try to lay down on my left shoulder. My butt may come up a little bit more here, so it's not going to be directly on my heels, and that's okay. But I'm just really trying to focus on that reach. So now I feel that stretch a lot more around my shoulder blade area. And again, just taking a couple of breaths here. If you liked the other child's pose better and you were getting more stretch there in different areas, you're welcome to go back to that and take a few more breaths. Maybe back to the middle. I'm going to reach my right arm through to my left side now. And again, I'm just trying to get my left shoulder, my right shoulder, down onto the mat. We'll come back into that regular child's pose. Let's take one more breath here. Good. We'll just come back on the hands and knees. We're going to do a little bit of a balance and strengthening activity now. So when most of us moved from crawling as a way to get around, we started to lose some of our shoulder stability, especially with our posture during the day. So being on hands and knees is a great great way to work our shoulders and the strength there. So what we're going to do is you're going to take opposite arm and leg. So I'm going to take my right arm and my left leg, and I'm going to reach them both out away from my body at the same time. So I'm going to put my bicep right by my ear, and I'm going to extend my leg out behind me. So I'm not trying to get high with my arm or leg, just long. So I'm reaching out away from me through my heel and through my fingertips to get nice and long. And I'm not letting my other side sink at all. So then come back down. Now let's take the left arm and the right leg. So again, bicep by the ear, pushing away with that down arm, pushing through the heel and the fingertips, reaching long, and switch. Inhale, and exhale, and switch. One more each side. So inhale. Good. Come back on the hands and knees. If you need to give your wrists a break, you can always come onto your fists. Okay? We can also just sit back into our child's pose. Give everything a rest. So let's do one more here in hands and knees. And again, this is going to really work your balance, and it's going to really work that hip strength. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach my right leg extended behind me. I'm just propped on my toes now. My other foot is flat and in the same position. I'm going to reach my right hand up towards the ceiling now. So I'm pushing my body away with my left arm, reaching up towards the ceiling with my right, and I'm still on my right toes. And if you look up at that hand, you're going to get that neck, a little bit of that, more of that mid-back involved. Don't forget to push yourself away with that left arm. You shouldn't see any sinking towards your shoulder with your ear. Everything should be nice and long still. Now, if you want an additional challenge, we can lift that right leg. So you can swivel your left leg away from you to give you a little bit of a kickstand, and then you're going to raise that right leg. So again, maintaining that good press away with the left arm, and we're just reaching up. Remember to breathe. And bring that right leg back down. Swivel that left leg back in and come down. Now we're going to repeat that on the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to turn this way, just so you guys can still see me. So now we're going to reach that left leg out, toes on the toes here. So my knee is still right underneath my hip, my hand is still right underneath my shoulder on this other side. Now I'm going to reach that left arm up towards the ceiling. So I'm just making a nice big T with my other half. start to feel a cramp in your hip, really try to push your body away with that leg and try to breathe through it. If it doesn't go away, feel free to come out of it, but try those two things first. Now we're going to try to lift that left leg, so I'm going to swivel my right leg away from me, and then I'm going to take that left leg off of the floor. This is a great way to work, again, the down hip for stability, but also the strength of this left hip, and then hold you up. And then we're going to lower the leg, lower the arm, come back down. Whew. So now we'll just come into a sitting position. So we're going to come into what's called 90-90 or a Z-sit. Okay, so we're just going to have one leg out in front of us this way and the other leg behind us. So if you can see, I've put that other leg just right back behind me. So this is an important position to be able to sit in because it's rotation through both of our hips. So we utilize that when we're walking, when we're standing, twisting, for a little bit of everything. So this is a really important motion to keep through our hips. So I've got my left leg here in front, my right leg to the back. So I'm going to put my hand down that's closest to my front hip. I'm just going to reach over top. So I'm going to feel a nice long stretch through my side, but also through that down hip. You can also come onto your forearm if you would like a little bit more of a stretch. Through that side, again, I'm staying nice and long and engaging through my arm, trying to pull myself to the opposite side of the ring. Then we'll come back, and now we're going to do that to the opposite side. So we're going to place our other hand down, and again, reaching up and over. Breathing here, then feeling that nice long pull through our side. Coming back down. So now we're going to bring both legs up in front of us and switch sides. So the leg that was in front is just going to go behind, and you can kind of play around with that leg placement. If you want that knee pointing exactly forward and this more out to the side, then that's just a little bit more challenging for the hips. The more you bring those across your body, the easier it's going to be for those hips. So just play around with that position and find what's comfortable for you. So now we're going to go down onto the hand, closest to our front knee, and reach up and over. And that doesn't give me just enough stretch, so I'm going to go ahead and come down onto the forearm. So again, I'm just going to reach towards the other side of the room and breathe. Good. Come back up. Now we're going to place the hand down by our back leg that's when everything's kind of relaxing. So I can feel my body give just a little bit more on that exhale, which is why breathing is so important. We hold our breath and we tend to tighten everything. We won't get out of that stretch near as much as what we could. So let's just come back, swing around towards the front. And I just kind of want to start cooling us down with our last 5 minutes. So let's come into Indian style here. So whatever lotus position is good for you. So that can be feet on top. That can just be feet underneath. For me, this is most comfortable. So let's just start with the neck a little bit, just to stretch that out. So all we're going to do is I'm going to place my right hand on top of my head. And I'm not going to pull with that hand, I'm just going to allow the weight of that arm to pull me down towards that right side. So my chin kind of angles down towards my chest, and I start to feel that nice stretch from my neck down to into my shoulder. Again, I'm not pulling with my right hand, it's just the weight of that is adding a little bit of stretch. You can even angle your chin down a little bit more. Then you'll feel that stretch move more towards the back of your neck. So if that's where you feel a lot of your tension, you can angle that chin down just a little bit more towards your chest. So come out of that, turn each side, and then we'll let that left hand go on top. So try not to let that hand pull everything into a slump. Try to keep your chest up and everything else engaged here as you stretch that neck. Again, I could angle my head down just a little bit, my chin towards my chest, just to change that stretch. And come back. Let's take a gentle twist. So I'm going to place my left hand on my right knee. My right hand is going to go back by my tailbone, and I'm just going to take a gentle twist. So I'm getting my neck involved as well as my mid-back. I'm not trying to pull through this arm. I'm just letting my body twist around and taking my head with it. So let's take 2 breaths here.